Step-by-step guide for budget advocacy for civil society organizations. What is budget literacy? Budget literacy is the ability to understand and interpret public budgets, including the government's revenue sources and spending priorities. It involves knowing how budgets are structured, how they are created, and how they reflect government policies and priorities. Key components of budget literacy: technical understanding, engagement in the budget process, understanding the budget structure. Purpose of the budget: translates public policies into programs and actions, reflects government priorities and policy objectives. Revenue and allocation: details where revenue is collected, specifies how funds are allocated. Three main sections of budget literacy: general section, revenues and expenditures; separate section, appropriations for budget users and funds; development section, medium-term development program plans. Budget classification in Western Balkans countries. Budget classification in Western Balkans countries is regulated by the following key legal frameworks: law on budget, budget system law, law on financing institutions. Despite some differences in budget classification across Balkan countries, four main categories are commonly recognized: economic classification, functional classification, administrative classification, program classification. The budget cycle: preparation, adoption, execution, evaluation. The preparation phase includes drafting the fiscal strategy, which sets the framework for midterm budgeting. The strategy aligns government priorities with revenue and expenditure projections. The adoption phase includes parliamentary hearings, where the draft budget is debated and eventually approved. During the execution phase, funds are disbursed according to the approved budget. The evaluation phase assesses the effectiveness and efficiency of the budget's implementation as an ex post phase for assessment of the budget spending. The role of the civil society organizations. Civil society organizations play a critical role in advocating for transparency, accountability, and the effective use of public funds. Engaging the CSOs in fiscal policies strengthens governance and improves fiscal outcomes by ensuring more efficient, equitable, and sustainable management of resources. CSOs can be involved in four critical stages of the budget cycle. Budget preparation: CSOs can participate in consultations during the formulation phase, advocating for gender-sensitive and community-focused policies. This is an opportunity to ensure that the budget aligns with citizens' needs and priorities. Budget adoption: even though many decisions are finalized once the budget reaches Parliament, CSOs can still lobby for adjustments and engage with parliamentarians to advocate for changes that reflect the public's interests. Budget execution: CSOs can monitor how funds are spent and assess whether programs are delivering the intended outcomes. This phase offers an opportunity to hold government agencies accountable. Budget evaluation: CSOs can contribute to post-budget assessments, providing feedback on program effectiveness and influencing future budget cycles. Step-by-step guide for budget advocacy for civil society organizations. Step 1. What's your goal? What's your added value? Step 2. Identify your audience. Who benefits? Who are you targeting? Step 3. Set clear objectives. What is the main problem? What are the solutions? Step 4. Define the key decision makers. Who has the power? Who are the decision makers? Step 5. Prepare your team for lobby and advocacy. Are you ready? Do you have the resources? Step 6. Identify other stakeholders. Who are your allies? Who is neutral? Any opponents? Step 7. Assess feasibility. Is advocacy the best strategy right now? Step 8. Create an action plan. What is your strategy? What is the timeline? Step 9. Implement the strategy. Put your plan into action. Step 10. Monitor, evaluate and adapt. Track progress. Adjust as needed. Stay informed. By increasing their budget literacy, CSOs are better equipped to engage with policymakers and advocate for public spending that meets the needs of diverse communities. Understanding the budget structure and process empowers CSOs to hold governments accountable and ensure that fiscal decisions promote inclusive and equitable development.